So let me ask you something. When you were a kid, have you ever imagined dragons, fairies, dwarves, or any magical creatures and world, and you wish that you can just jump in and then be a part of a big story that you, till that point, you only seen in movies or cartoons? Well, here's the thing, if the answer is yes, and it probably is for most of the people, you're not the only one. See, when I was a kid and when I was growing up, I was drawn to all those things. I was just absorbing all the cartoons, the movies, everything that could have possibly found that had anything to do with some mystic creatures or worlds. I was in for it. And I'm never gonna forget this. When I was around the age of 8, a friend of mine that we used to hang out a lot, and his brother as well, he came up to me and he told me that he just got this new movie that it's supposed to be really, really good, and he got it on DVD. We had DVDs still back then, good times. Anyway, so we went to his house, and it was kind of a little party. It was like 5, 6 of us, and we made all the atmosphere and everything. And we sat down and we watched the movie, and for me, that was the most amazing experience that I had to this point. And of course, the title of this movie was Lord of the Rings. Soon after that, Harry Potter as well, or was it before? I can't remember. They came out pretty much at the same time. But anyways, that was kind of the pinnacle, or actually the beginning of me getting more seriously into anything like that. And then later on, I actually started writing a book on a certain topic. Never finished it, but maybe I will. You never know. I'm never gonna forget, my relatives got me this really thick notebook that I started writing it in. It had like 200, 300 pages, and every 30 pages would be in a different color. So it was a pretty cool one. And so, but later on, I started thinking about that. Why is that the case? Why are people drawn to these worlds that don't exist, or only exist in our minds, or in the movies, or on a piece of paper that we write down? So why do we want to encounter this? Well, after doing a little bit of research, turns out there's a lot of different reasons why. I'm going to try to highlight the most important ones, and it's really interesting. See, if we start from the early age, and that's the time when we don't know a lot about the world, or we don't know anything about the world, and at that point, kids are trying to make sense of everything. And they do that through listening to their parents, their friends, their relatives, anybody pretty much who can provide them an insight into this new world that they just came to. And you can probably remember when you were younger, and when you were at home, for example, if you were left by yourself for a certain period of time and you would hear these noises around you, you don't know what they are, what's on the attic, what's that screaming, is it a fairy, is it a ghost? Because you heard that in stories, and at that point you still don't know if that's true or not, but that is something that your brain is trying to figure out and put some meaning behind that. Now, as we're growing up, that kind of changes, because now we know more things about the world and everything, but we still want to believe in some mythical and mystic stuff, whether it's for fun or some people really do believe, but it's also known as escapism. Because let's be honest, life is not always easy. It's not always roses and rainbows, and you may get back from work where your boss was grumpy, or your co-workers. Maybe you had some scuffle with friends or family. You just want to have like a 5 or 10 minutes, your peaceful time, want to take a nap. And usually at that point, you kind of start imagining yourself, or trying to think of something else that's going to distract you. And maybe you're going to put on a movie, and why not? Maybe Lord of the Rings, maybe, or whatever. Shakes your boat, right? And that, of course, is pretty good, because there's also another reason that I want to touch on, and that's the exploratory nature of humans. Again, if we go back from the beginnings, that's how humanity started. We were exploring our environment, we were moving around the region first, and then we were jumping from one continent to another. We were always trying to find something new. We had the age of big exploration. We were trying to map out the whole planet, and once we did that, we wanted more. We wanted to explore our solar system, and now when we're doing that, we want to go even beyond that. We want to see what's out there, what's behind that limit that we have, because we will never settle for limits as humans. We always want to figure out what's on the next corner, right? And that's something that drives the whole humanity towards the progress. Because today I'm sitting here talking to a camera, and I'm going to upload a video that people around the world will be able to see. They're going to be able to comment. They'll be able to do all these kind of things that were unimaginable before. So in other words, to summarize, the reason why we are drawn to these mythical things and magical kingdoms, dragons, fairies, and all these creatures, is because that's who we actually are. That's what we do. We explore. We want to know more. We are hungry for knowledge. So if you're a parent or a friend who has affinity towards this, encourage that, because it is pretty good. That's how people, and it's fun when you're grown up. Let's be real. I mean, we all rewatch those kind of movies so many times. And if it's a child, that's a great way for them to improve their cognitive skills. It is thinking out of the box is something that we teach ourselves. And in order for us to do this, we simply just need to practice. So thank you very much for joining me for this short video. This is the first video, a little bit longer format that I've been doing, and I'm gonna start pumping out these videos usually in topics that I'm personally interested in. But I would really appreciate if you can leave a comment down below and maybe suggest certain topics that I can go towards, because I also want to try to figure out what do people like, and that way we can bring that to the channel. If you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do want to become a member of this channel. If not, then if this is not something that you want to do, then that's totally fine. But anyways, I'm hoping for a lot of other things to come.